The beginning. In the distance, thunder growls, long and low and not giving up. Reminds me of my stomach, pre-breakfast. I test the air. Weird. Something isn't right. Julia! It's George rushing over. Hurry up! You need to get inside! George has on old scent, like he's on guard, like I've smelled it a few times on him. I look up, the clouds have turned a strange shade of green and yellow and gray, and they're clustered together like rows of fat marshmallows. It's ugly, but it's beautiful. I can't stop looking at it. The air goes still like a cat before it leaps on its prey. Kiani and Ivan and Kudzo are racing towards the gorilla villa. Fat raindrops hit my nose. It tastes wrong. How can rain taste dangerous? People are yelling, running, opening umbrellas, covering their heads with maps of the park. More drops. At the far end of the field, I can just make out a Kilo herding Ruby along. Another drop. A dry one, like a pebble. Hail, George says. Julia, now! He grabs her hand. Rumbling, the sky broils over and swirls. Bob! Julia calls. Come on! And I move to leap off my perch to run to Julia. I've done it 1,000 times, but this time I lose my footing. I never slip. I'm as nimble as a nutwit. But the rain, the hail, I let out a yelp and I land on Ivan's side of the wall, splat in the mud. Bob! Julia screams. He'll be okay, George says. I can smell Julia's fear and George's doubt as he drags her away. Torn apart. Noise. It's all noise. Noise that hurts. Noise like a massive truck bearing down on us. The power of its engine. The inescapable wheels. The relentless roar. Nothing to see. Nothing even to smell. Just terrible sound of the world disintegrating. No way. I'm flying. Not far, just into the nearby giraffe domain. Not high enough to buzz the tops of the trees, not long enough, just long enough to stop breathing. But I fly. I'm not alone. Half the world seems airborne. Trees, boards, bicycles, chunks of roofs, umbrellas, chairs, bits and pieces of life. It all levitates past like some horrible magic trick. Something hits my head. A toy truck, maybe? And I yelp in pain. And I'm terrified. I'm so scared I pee myself. And I'm the first to admit it. You try and see how dry your underwear would stay. But still. I fly. Not like in the box with my brothers and my sisters. Not like the owl. This is different. This is me, Bob, the dog, spending a moment as Bob the bird. Landing. Oh, it's over. I land. Oof. Hard on my rear, and I slide to a stop directly underneath Stretch, the oldest giraffe in the place. The roar, and by now I've realized we're talking a real, live tornado, vanishes as quickly as it came, leaving a vacuum. A silence that hurts even more than all the noise. Bad dog, and this is why I call myself a bad dog. I am a bad dog. Not a bad dog like chewed your favorite slippers. Not a bad dog like I'm not going a good representative of my species. Of any species, actually. I don't think Ivan, I don't think Ruby, Julia, are they all right? I've got to find them. Nope, that's what a hero dog would do. One of those guys on the Man's Best Friend show. Hero dogs dash into flames and dig out rubble. Hero dogs are fearless. Nope, not my style. What do? Bob, the untamed, undaunted? I howl like a newborn puppy. Honest, I'm not hurt. I'm banged up a little, sure, but nothing major. And I don't howl for long, but it's what I do. Like I said, I ain't a saint, but at least I'm honest about my failings. Stretch. Slowly, with difficulty, Stretch peers down between the two front legs. His body partially shelters me from the rain. A piece of canvas has draped itself around his neck like an ugly scarf. I swallow my howls. We look at each other, too stunned for actual words. Finally, Stretch clears his throat. Hello? He says in a strange, calm voice. What kind of animal might you be? If you don't mind me asking. Dog. Huh. Didn't think you guys flew. We don't, as a rule. I pick myself up out under Stretch, and I take in my surroundings. The pelting rain has now slowed some, and the wind has dulled. What was that? Stretch asked, trying to and failing to yank the canvas off his impressive necks. I think it's a tornado. I've seen tornadoes in the Weather Channel. They look like water swirling down over the drain. And if the water were black and full of trucks and trees, they look like death. I gaze up at him. I have to crane my neck. Are you okay? Yep, says Stretch. But from what I can see from here, a lot of other folks aren't. Aardvarks. Across the way, I hear something. I hear small squeaks. Who lives there? I ask Stretch. Oh, that's the Aardvark family, he replies. Lovely neighbors. Carefully, I venture across Stretch's domain, and the sky is dark as dusk. I hear flutter wings overhead, and it's Mitch, the mockingbird. He's missing some feathers. Bob! He calls, settling on the fence. Was that you I saw up there? Yep. How are things looking? Oh, not good. Lot of damage. Well, take care of yourself, I say. Likewise. He pauses to straighten a wayward feather. Little hint, by the way. Next time you fly, try flapping your paws. I make my way over to the broken wooden barrier, tiptoe over some scattered glass and twisted metal across the paved path, and arrive at the aardvarks. More sounds. They're coming from what looks like a demolished keeper's shed. I hesitate, not sure what to do. It's a big mess, and I'm a really small guy. Also, my head hurts. I feel kind of dazed and fuzzy. My ears are ringing. I yank off some of the small stray boards with my mouth. For the record, small stray boards also have small stray nails in them. And underneath the boards, there's 3 shivering aardvarks, 2 babies and a mom. They're strange looking, I gotta say, with their long piggy snouts and their bunny ears. You good? I ask. What was that? The mother manages to ask. Some seriously bad weather. Is it over? I consult the wind. I doubt it. You think everyone is okay? She asks. I don't know. I sure hope so. And then it hits me. Ivan, Ruby, Julia, and George. Look, I gotta go, I say in a strangled voice. Any part of your indoor den survive? She nods. I think so. Go in there and lie low. Where's Pedro? The little aardvark asks. I feel my head with the front paw. A nice bump is forming. Who's Pedro? Our keeper. He'll come, I promise. Are you sure? The baby asks. I'm sure, I say, but of course I'm completely lying. Sounds. There's an eerie quiet, but it doesn't last. Before long, the squeals and the shrieks and the brays and the squawks of the animal kingdom crowd the air. Terror, confusion, pain. From far off in the wailing of sirens, cars, alarms blare from the parking lot. Now and then, people shout. Cries for help translate into any language, human, animal, fish, or fowl. I never want to hear those sounds again. Never. Smells. And the smells. Like I said, feelings have sense. I figured I'd smell pretty much everything there has to be to inhale in this big old world, but the smell of sheer terror or helplessness, of blood, of broken bones, of torn wings, well, turns out there's a whole lot of smells I've never encountered. Didn't know how lucky I've been.